What's that? Demon encampment. Once I would say staying the fuck away is most definitively the better option. Oh my god, I triggered a cutscene. That's probably not good. The poor creatures know what's up. That's the Devil Slayer though! And everybody's like, yeah, I don't want to deal with that. It's feeling that in the long run we will lose though. Since we're not completely fucking stupid, we are going to realize that they're just going to continue summon shit and we're gonna run away from that shit. We are not that bloody stupid. Not yet at least. Got rest now. Ah, yes. No better environment to sleep in than sleeping to the nice sound of demons and devils slaying each other over and over again. So not very efficient for, you know, something called a nice prison. If you can just walk the fuck away from it. Battle rages on the far bank. If you have plans for this catapult, they will have to wait. That doesn't sound nice. Attack! Let's see how many of them are left. I really need to slay them all. Then the question is how many of them are there gonna be. Right now I would say a lot. And even my great reserves of health are going to run out at some point. So many little cunts to slay. I've forgotten them all at this point. Ah, of course not. The big guy also wishes to engage. Good old-fashioned mortal combat. Guardian of the path. Your life will be suffering. It was far, 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 far too close for comfort. Let's see here. In order to make my move and lay claim to the real members of Earth, got wind of this, station should strike at a bold fire from the battle has already melted through the ice and freed one of my treacherous generals. Make your way to the prison and the dungeon at all costs. The last thing I need is some fool demon getting his paws on my know of names. Serve me well and I may give you a lordship of a water deep once it is mine. Okay, so we need to use the catapult. In order to melt the ice. Easy enough to understand. However, I think I'm going to take a rest beforehand and heal myself because I'm bloody fucking close to death. Rest. Resting again. Okay, dann this. Maybe it's a special version. Also by the name's icy prison that could be put to better use. Saying is you're getting closer to your death. Okay, so what can I do with you? Can I... Yeah, but game, you're not really telling me anything else, do you? Best things to do. The man's eyes never closed in death, and you can trace his death to the empty prison of one of the rebel generals. Of the blood war, the doorstep you doubt you would have made it far. How do I move this then over? A very good question, I know. A very good question indeed. But will you please continue moving? Thanks, game. I must be overlooking something. One important question though. How does a god of death die without the people no longer dying? But when have people stopped dying? Pretty sure people die all the time. I mean, heck, otherwise we wouldn't even have a fucking portfolio for that, wouldn't we? How does one move catapult? That's a good question, isn't it? Actually, here, how is this area called? Probably First Giant Country, I'm assuming. That's the tunnel, that's the Blood War. Oh yeah, right, I have a good idea. We need indeed a good building to worship, one way to worship Baal is be death. Not really, Baal is specifically the god of murder. In order to worship Baal, or well, get his favor, you have to murder things. There's actually a god of death, and he can be pleased by being deaf. No, that's kinda his thing. What was the god's name that they actually got their power from? I don't think it was Kellamore, was it? But yeah, if you want to worship the Baal, then, you know, start by murdering things. Brutally. Your neighbors, for example, you know, and not just, you know, just go over there with a knife and stab them once, no, make a show of it. Stab them a few times, skin them, and wear their skin, and Baal might shine his light on you and go like, yes, that is something that I find rather pleasant. Okay, let's do this. And we're gonna use this unique little thing, and Elemental. Throw it across the lava. Oh, as my original point was, as I told you to your original statement, and I quote yourself here, how does a god of death die without the people no longer dying? And I've told you, people have forever and ever died, so yeah. Specifically, we have portfolios for that, so that kind of tells you what we are dealing with here. And yes, technically speaking, murder as a domain was originally held by the god of death. I don't think it was Caliber, but my memory does not really let itself go to remembering names as usual. Meaning there was once one god that had a lot of things under his own control. It does make sense that a god of murder would also have death in his portfolio, but alas, ever since the Dead 3 have managed to take over, that has not any longer been the case. Hey, Oliver, what is it? What is it? Is this where Mephistopheles banished his betrayers? 11 generals of the Blood War and a pale-faced girl. It might be worth recruiting some of them to our cause. I like the way you think, Elibeth. Can we find my friends? Come, let us ignore the pale-faced Noah or spell and see if we can free the generals in her stead. We're gonna try. Fire the catapult. Whee! You got nothing. Turn it clockwise. Fire! Raboom! Now then, are you gonna be cooperative or not? Ah, doesn't seem very cooperative, does he now? Well, he's gonna regret that choice. Choice successfully regretted. Turn it clockwise. Fire! Let's see what comes out. So many nice little holes that we can just, you know, randomly attack. And see what crawls out of. Another one. Gee, you had a choice here, little devil. You had indeed a choice. Would have helped me to have missed Stephanie, but now you decided to not do that. Well, turn it clockwise again. Oh, one time. No, Dekin, I'm pretty sure I have it just on target. Whee! Ah, look, another one. How many more will we need to kill before we reach our target? And we turn it clockwise again. No, Deakin, I've still got it, don't worry. But thanks for your input as usual. Will it be another? Yes, it will be another one. I mean, what did the game tell me? There's 11 of them? Pretty sure it was 11. And we turn it clockwise again. Fire! Ah, so many devils to slay. And demons. Actually, we could go back and, you know, invest a bit in the Blood War for, you know, shits and giggles, basically, because why not? Always a good time when an outsider gets involved in that. Actually, I think, to be fair, the Blood War is probably one of the main reasons why Toriel is not absolutely fucking flooded with devils and demons who have found ways to well, come to that place. But for the most part, they're far, far, far too busy, you know, killing each other. Which is probably for the best of every goddamn mortal. Alibeth, you could also help out, you know? You don't need to stand there and just try to look menacingly at him. She's like, but that is what I do best. Turn it clockwise. Fire the catapult. See what comes crawling out of the next hole. Shouldn't be that many holes left though, that I think about it though. Because we're almost back at the original positioning. Yeah, that hole is already open and we are here, so 1, 2, 3, 4 more holes. Yep. Albus once again refuses to help because, well, I mean, technically it does fit your character to be just an evil bitch and stand there and go like, I'm not gonna fucking help you. Turn it clockwise, fire the catapult. Another hole opens. Well, you don't look like a bitch fiend. For some mysterious reason. Suddenly, the Now of Names is there before you, pale, white, and triumphant. Her youthful features shine beneath the icy pallor of her skin. She leans towards you, whispers in your ear. When you call me the Scourge of Cadia, ask yourself that question. Do you go to that? Because that is who you are. You have always been and who you will yet become. The gods have written it upon the stars, your presence darkens even the star plates. Hellwalker. Who are you? You're known as the Now of Names. Among the tongues of men, the devils call me an ancient Bartorian. Bartorian to be more precise. But my true name is spoken in the tongue of power, written upon the stars by the very gods. Wow, what do you write on a star, boss? That's what I mean. Such names are valuable, and each one has a price. By freeing me, you have paid the price for your own. Thus have I spoken to you. There's another name I wish to know. Ah, true names. Every name has its price, and every price a name. The gods declared so. Now, whose true name do you wish to know? So many options. Aribes. I will not play the fool player. Leave my true name to the gods, for them to judge me by. The world will know me at all. Let it be known as Lady Aribes Petilmaran, nothing more. Gods demand a sacrifice of 200,000 gold if you are to learn the true name of the one you know as Lady Aribes. Are you willing to make the sacrifice? Yes! Yeah! The one you know as Lady Aribes is called Vardalia, the Twin Soul in the God's Tongue. Is there another you wish to learn? Yes, here it is. It's called Wayfiller the Sky Seeker. Okay. Deacons. Yeah, they can watch the notice too. Exciting, right, boss? Like when a grandma watched Pa throw chicken entrails to tell Deacon's future. Good. Don't forget the tip wash. And you know, his Deacon is called Ixtira, the Scale Singer. The gods. Okay. The Sleeping Man's. 100,000 gold? Oh, I'll fucking pay you. Celesfa, the Ancient. Aha. And how about his true love? Well, it's the misguided in the God's Tongue. You know her as Sensei Davana. Oh shit, she's already true. She may have died at some point. There's another name I wish to know. My one true loss. 1,000. Sorry, but the gods have written no name upon the stars that can be called your one true love. It appears that you are destined to journey through life alone. Yeah, I'm also than above. What was do for this? I could have unraveled my Love's duplicity during the False Rebellion would have been the realization that he and Baron Molkarov were one and the same. He took steps to ensure that the truth would never come to light, and he forbade me to ever speak his name. Forgive me. My heart that loved him, but that is one name I cannot tell you. Perhaps there's another. Yours. Oh, you know me as the knower of names. I'm called Ferishi, the knower of the gods, the Godstone. Yes. Mephistopheles. Speak Mephistopheles' true name, Ferishi, the knower. Hello, the gods must still have their price, and for one such as him, it's always high. Are you willing to sacrifice 500,000 gold? Very much so. One, you know, as the lower devil Mephistopheles is Lord of the Eight Hills, called Thragvil the Ambitious and Godstone. Damn you, Hellwalker. Is there another you wish to learn? Yeah, give me the repass. Why not? God's the man is strange price for it, though. There are 2 items that you have aided you in your quest, a ring and amulet. You must surrender them. A puzzle ring and Sensei's amulet. Oh, sure, they may have them. One you know as the Reaper of Kanya is called Ekugoth the Abandoned in the Godstone. So another you wish to learn. I must return to the City of Lost Souls. Can you guide me there? Can, Dredged in the Dark. You have found the name that you have sought. Go now to the City of Lost Souls that you might there pursue your destiny. Ah, I found more than just one name. Luckily enough. Well, that was quite the journey through the endless depths and horribleness that is King Garnia. Where's my equipment? Ring of Resistance, that is definitely mine, and my amulet of natural armor. Safe gate. Yo, sleeping man, good news. Have you come here? Have you found my one true love? I've learned the name of your one true love. The Githrai known as Sensei Dravara. The one you killed, boss? Yeah, name of the song. Do you know of her? I saw her corpse in the other room. You killed her, didn't you? She was coming to meet me here by the gates of Kania. One true love. An eye for an eye, then. I shall make you pay, murderer. That was kind of what I was expecting to happen. I should have enslaved him with his true name, shouldn't I? Well, I guess that is one way to clean house, I suppose. Not the nicest though, but a good start. How much money do I have left? Lots. Okay. At least this game gives you a very good reason to save up all of your money, because if you do save up all of your money, then by this point, it comes time to learn the true names and shit. You will have one massive advantage. That you have all the fucking true names that you could ever want. Or, you know, not want. I guess before we go out, we gotta go into the little tavern here, go to the smith, sell some shit. And after that, we shall return to the gates and force the nice and friendly Reaper to get us all the fucking way back into Turiel. Okay, damage immunity, fire 90%, damage vulnerable, cold 90%. Ouch. Yeah, that's not something I like. I get that those items technically have quite the powerful effect if used in the right way, but I can never be bothered to use them in that way. Because usually I forget about it. And then I wonder why I suddenly game over so fucking hard. Brimstone. Good. Yeah, do you perchance have anything that would interest me? Yeah, bolts plus 5 you have. We can house it with you, yeah? Bolts plus 3 at the moment, right? How about you give me those? I'll give you the plus 5 variants, because I'm that noise of a person. I just randomly drop some off the ground. Okay. What, do you really want to fight with me? Right while I was about to leave. It's a bold choice you're making there. A very bold choice. Not a good choice, mind you, but a bold choice. Having to deal with these assholes again. Really not something I was hoping I would need to do. But you know, sometimes you just don't have a choice. Sometimes you just have to take it. I might have been a bit too enthusiastic about killing the people around here. Bad back rather horribly, I must admit. Okay, I think we've gotten them all. Nice and murdered. It's never over, is it? Truly it never is. Everywhere. Feel free to just, you know, engage the enemy. You have that option. I'm not, wouldn't hold it against you if you were to engage at this point. Yes, yes. See, there you go, Everywhere. I knew you had it in you all along. It's always someone else to do the job. Okay, we cleaned house a little bit. That should be more than acceptable, I would say. Yeah, then time to go back to the gates. Really? The gatehouse.
Would you like me to join up with you again?
Yeah, sure. For the moment, I kind of would like to, you know, let's stop for a moment. What do you do when it's the adventure bar? Yeah, and after you wrote your second book. And after you can get much better price for second book, you then well better get a better price. And publisher, if they cannot get paid good for second book, then publisher be in lots of trouble. They cannot going to take any gifts. No, just taking one's royalties. I'm thinking things maybe go back to the months. I think we already had this conversation, didn't we? Yeah, we had it. Anything else we can talk to the deacon about? Ah, yeah. Dragon. Get wash out to eat some pies.
There's a diabolical grin if I ever saw one. What are you plotting now?
Let's see here. I'm going to do when all of this is over. So, give me a second because I need definitely more drink. Have some sweaty hands. So I really enjoy some washing them really quickly. Yeah, much weather, I tell ya. Oh, for better or for worse. Now, at least a little bit less sweaty. Which is a good fucking start, I'd say. Let's see what Ripper has to say. Decided that I'm not yet done with Neverwinter. Oh, that's great. You think the temple there could use a malevolent spirit? If holy ground proves troublesome, what of the castle there? Sharp plan, I'm impressed. Don't know mind for some time, but I say it sounds like a hell of a good time, wouldn't you agree? Pretty much, yeah. Let's like to be a spirit. Been through that. What happened? Brought to its knee player. I cut a swath down the short course and led an army to its gates. I gave it a nightmare that it may wake from, but it will never forget. Which army did you lead? Long before humans ever set foot in the north, long before even the elves, it was the seat of a great empire. Time erased that empire. The one who ruled it lingered on. Her name was Morak, and I could see no justice more appropriate than restoring Neverwinter to its rightful owner. The tribes, the pirate clans, the ancient orders, the sellswords, led them all to war. Before that, you lived there, didn't you? And even then they groveled before me, bending and scrapping, saying the foolish prayers. I was their paladin, and they thought that it would make me blind to their hypocrisy. Oh no, I saw it all. What hypocrisy? The injustice of the law, the tyranny of their lord, the fragility of their faith, the corruption of their gods. Everywhere I looked, there were lies. There was a city that deserved its fate. But why? What drove you to such an end? I Lord Nesher demanded justice, so I delivered it to him in spades. I might not have loved Fendic, the fool I was to marry, nor did he deserve a callous execution. I don't know Fendic. He loved me, and there's no cause to disagree. He was a sheep among wolves, and I took pity on him, nothing more. Fair enough, fair enough. Yet they defeated you. I be dead, but you look defeated. Thanks to you, my vengeance has just begun. I broke their spirit. I held the mirror to their shame. I taught them how to loathe themselves, and I'm not done yet. But how did you die? How did you end up here? I had Neverwinter's frozen soil and cursed it with my blood. That was my victory, player. Even they could not take that from me in the end. Yes, Kania is where the gods put a soul like mine. Or maybe it was my soul that sorted it out. In the end, this now seems rather fitting, don't you think? I might have unleashed something rather horrible. Okay, before we talk to the great guy here, we should of course take a rest. Right in front of his face. Imagine how that looks, you know, you're just standing there doing a job, random person walks up to you, all the minutes you need, and sits down and just, you know, takes an 8-hour rest. You're just standing there like, what the fuck? One of the nice aspects of it, I suppose. Check the game.
Hail the dead. How may I serve you, sojourner?
Echo of the Amendment, I command you to grant me passage home. Allow the devils to wreak havoc on the plains. Yeah, that doesn't sound like fun, because I'm planning to go back to the plains as well. But allow the spirits of the dead to haunt the living. I know, while we're at it, allow them to wreak havoc on the plains. And you know what? Allow the Gizare dragons to return home. Now that will be all. For the one before you go, Sojourner, by breaking the chains Mephistopheles placed upon you and stepping through that door, you have had the bound that brought you to this place. Do not see me again, nor lay your eyes upon the eyes of Cania. The river bows deeply. It has been a pleasure to serve you. I wish you well, Sojourner. Thank you. You have been a great friend. We've met precisely one time, and the one time we met, you told me that I was bound to this place now, so... The door will lead you home to Waterdeep in the world of Toril. Do you wish to use it? Sure. After I just unleashed horrors unending onto the world, I'm going to go back as well. That's not gonna backfire in any way, shape or form, will it now? Hello, it's me again. Sweat beats on Durnan's face. He calls out orders, his voice almost lost in the din of battle. Seems older than you remember him. His shoulders sack with the weight of many defeats. Turns to you surprised. Yeah, I've been to Dwells and back, quite literally. When been gone, it seems the hells have come for us. The raw threat was just a mask, one even greater horror. Please say the Archdevil Mephistopheles has been let loose upon the world. But that was your fault. They had nothing to do with it. Fight as minions even now. Some districts have held against their onslaught, but only where Mephistopheles himself hasn't joined the battle. It's a war movement now. We fight just to survive. So, where's the 100,000 gold you promised me? You would work for so little? I think it's time we set a new price for our labors. Taking Waterdeep from the Drow? The city still stands and I'm still alive to see it. You'll have earned that and more. Personally though, my bets are on Mephistopheles. Have you no fucking spine? He's but a devil. Destroy him. You know what of me order my men into the very fires of the nine hells. Damn you. I haven't been here. I haven't seen what I've seen. If you're so brave and foolish, face him yourself. I can't do it. Well, now you have no choice. Okay, now you run away like the little bitch you are, eh? Just use my little hand to teleport away. I'm smart. Your nemesis, Mephistopheles, towers above you. Burning corpses all about him. Having summoned you back down from your safe vantage point, he tosses a wicked smile toward your tiny form. Sometimes, you know. Yeah, sorry, but the hells was over. Oh, very witty. A shame you did not like dearest Cania, really. I thought I was being very gallant leaving it for you. Imagine, you could have been Lady of the Age. An aspiration any mortal should leap for, don't you think? Yeah, but much as I just said, I'd rather rule up here, so... I've come to replace you. Trust me, mortal, you haven't the style. It takes more than a sharp wit and a cruel heart to rule the world. You really must dress the part. I should thank you for taking such good care of my faithful servant. It's very sweet of you to have escorted her here safe to safety. That's right, my lady. And she's done well, hasn't she? I tried to warn you, player, but you just wouldn't listen. Shall we kill her now, Mephistopheles? I'd rather been looking forward to it. Goes Woody. May I propose a double cross? Pay no attention to her. See how desperate she is? Double cross? How interesting. I admit I hadn't thought of that. Nor, I suspect, did my dear friend Mephistopheles. Oh, that looks surprised, Nephi. Said it yourself. I'm a traitor. It's what I do. I don't love this turn of events. Now, what does she have with you? Not a kobold, but a veritable dragon, bristling with power. Tell me, little one, why do you chase after a player like some lost servant when you could be so much more? So talking to Deacon? Any reason I shouldn't speak to you, little one? You have achieved power enough to surpass any simple dragon. Achieved your potential. So the cold test before you. Can wait at an old master. It's alright. Of course it is. Right, little one. Come, join me. What has player done? Told you back from your potential. It could make you a force that all dragons would bow down to in fear. All the world would know your name, Deacon, and fear it. You can ask White as he thinks about the implications of Mephistopheles' offer. But place the boss. Deacon not turns to you, looking desperate and fearful. Boss, Deacon not able to make decisions like this. Helps Deacon. Well, Deacon, don't listen to him. We're a team, remember? Yep, you're right. Deacon turns and addresses the Archdevil angrily. The boss and Deacon are a team. I'm not going to break it up no matter what you say. Archdevil rolls his eyes and turns towards you instead. You gave me nothing, bitch. You imprisoned me down there. That wasn't really gonna be a fun time, was it? And how about, you know, I'll kill the ambitious, surrender turtle to me. Well, that's an option. I could rule the hells of battle. And him being my lackey, that would be kind of fun. But then again, I've seen enough of the hells to realize it's not really a fun place. That's kind of boring in the long run, so best of all to matter. Don't gain yet, remain there forever. Yes. Bye-bye. That's the whole point where what you can do with the true name. You can absolutely avoid any unnecessary fighting with him. You can literally just order him to, well, you have two choices, basically. You can either rule the hells and be like, yep, it's my home now, or you can go like, well, fuck off and never come back. I like to stay on Toril. Toril is a lot of fun.
And so the tale is done.
Is it now?
In the lore of an age that was famed for its heroes as well as its villains, your legend will live on. Scribes will read of your deeds in dusty tomes and marvel that ever there was a time where such an adventurer walked the face of Toril.
Indeed. Somebody who understood the power of money, and that is the quintessence you can learn from this game. The real power of money is that it can basically bring you everything. Including, but not limited to, avoiding a fucking boss fight. As long as you have the money to pay for it. Which is a nice irony, because, you know, it's something that will always happen when you play an RPG for enough time. You'll usually come into the point of the game later on when you just have so much money that you literally have nothing really that could dent your deep dark pockets. Not at all, actually. At which point, you might be the richest person in all of the world, but since you can't really do much of it, it's kind of pointless. However, if you include a mechanic like this, then you actually have a smart way to make use of all of that excess money that you have acquired in your adventure. Now, I do remember that the fight against him is not really that bad, if memory serves. It's not like you absolutely have to go this route. I just find it hilariously more funny to go up to the big bad Archdevil and tell him to his fucking face, fuck off. Which I do enjoy rather much. What happens if goes into the end attack? Who would win? Demon Prince or Hydra? Considering that the Drow too have an unfortunate trend to try their hand at summoning both devils and demons at times, and some of them have, of course, following that, been unleashed under the onto the Underdark. I don't really think they survive that long. Yeah, they usually do some damage, yes, but I think in the long run the Underdark is just hostile enough to deal even with that. basically. But I suppose most of the creatures on there, or at least the stranded demons down there, would of course, you know, try to make use of the opportunity to go upstairs and do a bit of damage to the surface world. Oh, there's a lot of tasty, pure little creatures up there. You're very different from the Underdark, where you will have a pretty hard time finding anything to really, you know, corrupt. I mean, you could try to corrupt a fucking drow, but then again, you would probably learn relatively soon that there's not much to corrupt. Poor little souls. Hey, if we take the whole of the Underdark, it would definitely win against any invasion, most likely. In the long run, the damages could be rather harsh, though. It would be rather interesting, because it would potentially lead to actually something like a timed alliance amongst the denizens of the Underdark, which is something you will see really, really rarely, for obvious reasons. However, I don't think there was ever any specifically aimed invasion from neither demons nor devils, actually, for that matter, onto the Underdark. At least not that I'm aware of. Most of the times when any invasion happened, it's gonna be on the surface. It's just far, far more tempting. Oh, both sides of the blood river. Oh, excusez-moi. Time to have a nice little drink. If my hands smell so fucking sweaty now. Yeah. Better. Now to come back to the original question, we're just accounting for one singular Hydra. I'm pretty sure Demon Prince would win. No problem against Hydra. Mostly because they are pretty damn nasty. Especially if you're going high up the chain to Prince level. A random demon, yeah, not a problem. Random devil, yeah, no, Hydra wins. But once you get to the more leadership level, you know, Prince and above, you kind of reach the point where it's like, oh god. Like, Demagon is his name? I'm pretty sure he is. The one we have unleashed in the Watcher's Keep that we have not yet dealt with. That we will deal with at some point in the near future once we are back with Baldur's Gate, that is.
It is said that the archdevil Mephistopheles abandoned his war of conquest.
Oh, shit.
Desire to subjugate the mortal realms foiled by his defeat at your hands. He fled the world of Toril, never to return. Such tales rarely end so easily, however, and future stories claim that Mephistopheles spent much of his future consumed with the desire for revenge upon the one who humbled him. Whether his plots proved successful, however, or whether you vanquished him again, as you had the first time, is another tale.
Yeah, honestly, as I said, you know, against most of the normal demons and devils you can find, the Hydra would probably have advantage. But as I said, you know, once we reach the level of Prince, yeah, they're real nasty creatures. They're really not meant for mortals to fight against in any way, shape, or form. Please remember their stats at least somewhat correctly. No, that's definitely not something that your average adventurer party could deal with, and I mean, technically the same can be said against for the Hydra, but among us. Well, I will put my money on the Prince in this particular case, to put it mildly. Mephistopheles, you are gonna spend so much time plotting your revenge and realizing every so often you can't actually leave your home. Because you have been ordered to stay there. I do love this particular pact.
Knowing how the tale ends, however, is only part of the story. There is evidence in the old tomes that tell of your fate in the years to come, the fate of your companions, and the effect your passing had upon the world.
Seems very important, isn't it? With your help, the havoc unleashed by the Devil's Gambit allowed an opportunity for you to gain power. Waterdeep was rebuilt under Donan's guidance, but other realms did not fare as well, as your lust for conquest turned more and more of those cities near your thumb into a true living hell. The legends claim that one day your power would be challenged, and your terrors would become but a memory. But not now. So you sat upon your darkened throne, pondering all the evils you had wrought. Oops. Someone wrote a soulful ballad based on your experiences in Undermountain that somehow found its way to Comia in the years of its infant king, Azon V. Greatly enthralled, the young king insisted that she be offered a court position as Bard Lorette of the capital, Susail. She accepted eagerly, soon becoming an inspiration to the kingdom. Later stories emerged, suggesting that she fell in love with a man as gentle of heart as he was hideous in appearance. Yikes. Finding her wealth and position, she left the security of the king's service to live in blissful poverty with her one true love. Doesn't sound that fulfilling. She was the beauty to his beast, and the love would spawn a legend of its own, which Arwen at last would find the true happiness he so desperately sought. Followers of Elistra. Deep in the Underdark, the wake of your passing is still felt. This year survived Mephistopheles' pillage of the region and became renowned as a leader of a people. Followers still guard the depths, but rouse seeking to escape the despair and treachery of their life, bringing those they find to a new existence on the surface. The task is not an easy one, however, as the drow matrons constantly send assassins into the fold. The seer still survives and still names you in her prayers. How nice of her after I've become a total monster. Amongst her followers, you remembered as a friend to all those who sought solace from the shadows. The help of the Shattered Mirror, the Illicit of Savak Mur quickly came to dominate the region of the Underdark. Back the drow, as well as lesser races. Under the guidance of the Overmind, many of them infiltrated secret societies of the service world, spreading their influence far and wide, even there. Great. From rose the priesthood's brutal rule and the wrath of the Dracolic Vixtra, the community of Varinga's deep struggled mightily to provide a refuge amidst the many evil races of the Underdark. Countless village leaders died in battle, now their spirit was never broken. Rumors spoke of an adult but kind-hearted rock gnome who served as the community's true leader, masterminding strategies from behind the scenes. Whatever the case, the other freemen of the Rings Deep survived the battle after battle, until in time the city became a veritable fortress, a bastion of hope for those yet enslaved, a proud beacon of freedom for those who had recently escaped. As for Carnia, little changed. Devils continued to mine their rise for the walls of Mephistar. Spirits of the dead continued to arrive and slowly join the ranks of the lost. The vast glacial waste continued to hold the knowers, their secrets close, buried deeper beneath the glacial ice. As for the sleeping man, there were few who mourned his passing. The Celestials had long since forgotten him, little love was held for him in Bar Tor. The far off plane of Limbo, some Gizarei still try to live by his teachings. He is remembered best, perhaps, by the bards, still sing your tale. To them, he's a tragic figure who gambled and lost everything in the name of love. Hushed because we killed him. The ghost of Aribeth the Tilmorant wandered the mortal realm for many years, chaos and treachery following in her wake. She eventually turned her attention to the city of Neverwinter that she had once called home. There she haunted it with every fiber of her being. Calamity after calamity fell upon the city, Rupert's name becoming a thing whispered only in fear and despair. Until finally a hero came to the beleaguered city to stand against the ghost's tyranny and was victorious. That, however, is another tale. Whoop. Deacon would go on to become a legendary bard and adventurer in his own right, occasionally joining you in your exploits and often getting caught up in his own. He lived a good life and Waterdeep with many friends, becoming ever more famous and gaining the sense of confidence he had always lacked. He eventually returned as a celebrated hero to his former tribe in the Nether Mountains, ever becoming their first true diplomat and greatest chieftain. He led his tribe out of hiding and negotiated the founding of a permanent mixed-race settlement with a human farming community grateful for the protection they could offer. This unique community of kobolds became a valued bridge between the various groups of beasts and men who once had known, interesting fantasy there, each other only in battle, but now sought peace. Deacon's eventual passing was mourned by many, though you can be sure his legacy will live on in a new generation of scaled singers eager to find their own adventures, just as their father did before them. Meaning he made many little babies. Sounds rather nice, doesn't it? You became a terror on the face of Toril, legends claiming that your army spread the darkness that was within your heart over the lands of Faru. You were yet another challenge for the heroes of the land to face, and it is said that upon your inevitable defeat, the forces of good you swore revenge. Tales told by drunken bards, your spirit festers in a dungeon far beneath a plane that remembers your ancient battles only by the old bones still bleaching in the sun. One day your ambition will demand your return, so the bards will claim. I'll be back, bitches. It's pretty nice ending up as a villain, isn't it? After we so heroically saved all of the good people in Neverwinter from the inevitable doom, losing our fate and becoming the evil. Going so far as to even, you know, going down into freaking hells. Now we could potentially, you know, redo the last bits and technically speaking overtake the hells and see what that gets you, but it's far more fun to stay on the world and you now face whatever challenges the world can throw at you, isn't it? But that we have done the... well, all of them actually. We've done the original Neverwinter Nights campaign, we have done the second one. Shadows of Undead, yes. Something like that. Pretty sure I absolutely horribly murdered whatever that particular place was called, but that doesn't matter. And of course, Halls of the Underdark now, also done in the dusted. It was quite a long journey, when you think about it. May also means that there's actually one less game now, so for the moment we basically have 4 games that we're gonna play relatively regularly. Baldur's Gate, of course. I'm gonna keep Trails into Daybreak in there, mostly because I do like the nice relaxing effect that it has on me. And that is of course going to open up a slot. I do kind of feel like maybe adding in a bit of a continuation of our little Holy Mother Crusader Kings playthrough, because that was rather fun. Ready to play a female character. Mostly because the world does not really do well for female characters in the fucking Middle Ages. Of course, that is more of an on and off project to begin with. We might actually at some point actually somewhat seriously trying attempting the what's that called, Icewind Dale campaign, mostly because I never actually managed to get through that one, and I'm kinda interested in seeing where that goes, because I haven't played an old ass fucking game like that blind in bloody fucking forever, usually because that comes along with a lot of problems along the way, mind you. You'll suddenly find yourself in a situation where you can't actually damage your enemy, and you're sitting there like, okay, I have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing. A problem that is rather rare nowadays, because you can look basically everything up. It was quite a bit of a nuisance back in the day. If I had to remember how long it took me to figure out how to damage the Wolvies in a certain part of Baldur's Gate 1, mind you. It was quite challenging, to put it nicely. Very nicely, even. Whatever I feel, I think it is high time that I actually take a nice little cold shower, cool myself down a little bit. It's always nice when you finish a nice, long-lasting game like this one, and I'm pretty sure this is not gonna be the last time we'll see a Neverwinter Nights. I'm pretty sure at some point in the future I'm gonna come back to it and play something with it. There's some more campaigns, technically speaking. I haven't engaged with yet, because I basically do it's the original campaign, and the two are basically what I consider to be the canon journey, basically. See, these ones. These are good premium modules. There's some good ones, as memory serves, that I do remember playing with, that we could play in the future, but as I said, you know, neither here nor there. But it is an option that we have. That my little character creator, played around with that quite a bit. If you want to see, you know, just how limitless your fucking thief ability can be, there's just a place to test it out. Yeah, I'll have to think about what to add in next into our plot system. I think as for Trails to Daybreaks, I'm probably gonna play this just, you know, one massive stream after one massive stream by going like, you know, we're gonna do one chapter each stream, so we can kinda keep that on the low, because I'm very well aware that it's probably not gonna be the most popular of contents of mine, to put it mildly. Quite saddening, but well, what can you do? Another game we could finish at some point. Technically speaking, there is. I don't think we ever went around and finished Landscape Torment. That too is quite the interesting journey, to be fair. I don't remember where we left off, actually. Yeah, there are a few more things I have to look into and determine what comes next, basically. I think for the moment I'm gonna make good on my promise and get myself a nice long fucking cold shower, because I fucking hate this weather. Very much so. Assuming everything goes well, I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna get myself some food. Still haven't got any ice cream, which is something I should absolutely endeavor to do at some point in the near future. But if everything goes well, I should be back in an hour or so. An hour, maybe two, depending a bit on what I decide to make for myself food-wise. And then we'll probably do something nice and relaxing. Probably some Crusader Kings or something, you know, just something we can have nice and easily run in the background. Doesn't require much action on my part. That seems rather fitting for the weather, I would say. Alternative, because there's always a chance that, you know, my internet does not play as I wish it to play. Sadly, that is not something I have much of an influence on these days. However, you know, at least for today, hasn't really given me any trouble yet. You know, no frustrating nonsense yet. Maybe potentially. Well, one can hope the best and expect the worst. Just finishing as I figured we can talk about either later, which is what I'm assuming for the moment. I guess sometimes tomorrow. I just hope that, you know, it's not gonna end up with another fucking very early morning stream. I mean, I don't really have any problems with waking up early to see if the internet works, so it's not gonna cost me anything. However, I do realize that 4 in the morning is a bit very early for most people, so that's not really, let's say, prime time, put it mildly. I'd rather play it at more reasonable time. Somewhere between, you know, midday to evening is my more preferred time. It also gives me a lot of time to actually do the cutting up into little video parts nonsense that also is going on in the background. But yeah, I think for the moment, just in case I'm not coming back later on, for one reason or another, I shall preemptively, yes, bid everyone adieu.